In this video, we're going to be looking at the quiz that we took today in class. The first thing I will do is show the correct answers, and then I'll go back and give some notes over some problems that I've deemed interesting. You're going to grade your own quiz. 8 is F, 9A, 10G, 11B, 12F, 13C, 14F, 15C, 16H, 17B, 18I, 19C, and 20I. At this time, tally the number of questions that you got correct. There are a maximum of 13 questions. Take the number that you got correct, multiply by 5. Number correct times 5. The total possible would be 65. You will have some number here. This is your score. On this half of the quiz, you will receive the rest of the points for taking the notes that are from this video. So now you'll need a blank piece of paper and title it Quiz Notes. Alright, the first problem we're going to look at is number 8. Okay, well, number 8 gives us a table and it asks for us to find the correct equation. Well, I'm going to look at a particular point. I'll notice on the table that 0 pairs with 4. 0 for x and 4 for y. You may remember from class, but this is a special point. This is the y-intercept. The y-intercept is the value when x is equal to 0. Well, it can really help us identify the function because the constant number will be that. Here you can see is plus 4 and here is plus 4. Neither of these have that 4 constant added, so it can't be h or I. It's going to have to be one of these two. In either of these functions, if I substitute 0 in place of x, y will be 4. Well, now I just need simply one more point. I can pick any other point. I've already used 0, 4. I'm going to verify any other point in these two functions. I'm going to use 2. Pardon me, the point 2 pairs with 0. I'm testing 2, 0. It's going to work in one of these and not in the other. So here we go. Testing 2, 0. For f, we have y equals negative 2x plus 4. For g, we have y equals 2x plus 4. I'm going to test 2, 0 in both of these equations. Alright, 2 is my x, 0 is my y. Here I go. Substituting 0 in place of y. Negative 2 in place of x, substituting 2. Plus 4. Likewise, I will do it in the second one. In place of y, we will substitute 0. In place of x, we will substitute 2. Now I will evaluate both of these equations. 0 remains the same. Negative 2 times 2 is a negative 4. Well, negative 4 plus 4, that's 0. Those are the additive inverses. And we have this statement, 0 equals 0. That's true. Thus, we know 2, 0 is a solution. This is going to be our correct answer, which we've already established. It's F. We'll see why it's not G. 2 times 2 is 4. We have 0 on the left. 4 plus 4. Well, 4 plus 4 is 8. We have 8 equals 0. This is a false statement. Thus, 2, 0 is not a solution to this equation. 2, 0 is a solution to this equation. So that left us with our correct answer, F. All right. The next problem we will look at is number 11. Number 11. It says graph the inequality W is greater than or equal to 3.4. Well, one thing we need to know is about these symbols, all right? This is greater than. This is less than. I'll notice the less than looks a little bit like an L. Okay? Whenever we add the line underneath, we say or equal to as well. This symbol here is greater than or equal to. Likewise, this is less than or equal to. Okay, so we see this statement says W is greater than or equal to 3.4. If the variable is on the left, the inequality will indicate the direction of the shading. W greater than, the shading needs to be to the right. You will see A and B are shading to the right. C and D are shading to the left. These are values less than. Couldn't be C or D. Well, the difference between A and B is one has the colored in point, one has an empty point. We call this open. Open. And one has the closed colored in circle. Closed. When we have the equal to, we will get the colored in point. When we don't have the equal to, we will get the open point. This makes sense. This says we have the possibility to be equal to, so naturally we would need to color in the value at 3.4. Here we cannot be 3.4. It has the empty point. So the correct answer on number 11 is B. Okay. Number 12. Very similar. Here says y is less than negative 2.6. Since there's no equal to, we will get the empty circle, which we call open. Alright. In this case, we want values less than. Notice the direction the inequality is pointing to the left. So we want an open circle, and we want values less than. Here you see open circle, values less than. Number 12 is F. Okay. Next, number 13. Gives us a statement 469 equals 35x plus 294. In this case, you can see that 469, this is our total. It's the sum. We're taking 35 times some variable x, and we're adding 294 to that. Okay? Well, this 35 times our variable x, this is our rate. We also call this our slope. Okay? Slope is a rate. This value here, as we mentioned before, this is the y-intercept. Y-intercept. The y-intercept is a starting value. It's the value of y, our total, whenever x is 0. Okay, so we're looking for a situation that has a total of 469 and a starting value of 294. Let's see if we can see which is the best answer. The mechanic's bill was 294. No, we know we want the total to be 469. That's A's no good. The mechanic's bill was 294. No, we want a total of 469. C says the mechanic's bill was 469. That's good. The mechanic charges $35 an hour. We see the 35 times the variable x. The parts used cost $294. That's our starting value. We're starting out at $294 for the parts and adding $35 for every hour, where hour would be the variable x. So we see that indeed C is the best answer. All right. Next, number 15. We've gotten where we've solved many equations now. I think we should be pretty adept at this. We have 8 times n minus 4 will be 52. We want to get n by itself. First, we will undo the subtract 4 by adding 4 to both sides. 4 subtracts 4 to leave 8n on the left. 52 plus 4 is 56 on the right. We have 8 times n is 56. We want to solve for the variable n. We'll divide by 8 on both sides. 8 divides 8 to leave n. 56 divides 8 for 7. We can now take this value 7 and substitute it back into our original equation to see if it indeed satisfies. 8 instead of n, 7. Minus 4. Is that 52? That's our question. 8 times 7 is 56. Minus 4. 56 minus 4 is 52. We see that 52 does equal 52. This is a true statement. Thus, n equals 7 is a solution. Since 7 makes this statement true, we say n equals 7 is a solution. Alright, so the correct answer on number 15 is indeed C. Okay, one last problem, number 17, for your notes. Translate the statement into an equation. 17. It says the sum of. Well, sum means to add. So we know we need to do some adding. The sum of 8 and 3 times a number x. Well, we know connected means multiplied. Connected means multiplied. In algebra, when we say 3m, we mean 3m means 3 times the variable m. Okay? 3m means 3 times m. Alright, so let's see which one of those correctly says that. The sum of 8 and 3 times a number. There's 3 times a number, but it's not it's a difference. That's no good. There's 3 times a number, but we're not adding 8 to it. That's no good. The sum of 8 and 3 times a number. That's it. B. This is the sum of 8 plus 3, then times a number. It's not exactly what it said. 17 is B. Okay. So you will tomorrow submit these notes and the quiz with the number of questions you got correct.